Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I have this song just replaying in my head, this specific part. It's from the song My Favorite Things or Favorite Things from The Sound of Music. And so this specific part, and I'll sing it to you here in a second, it's really giving me this energy of you've been attracting some like negativity. It seems or feels like you're in this place where you're trying to be optimistic, and I don't want to say like toxic positivity, but you're just in this mindset where you are starting to really understand how you create your own world and how you're trying to stay in this mindset of manifesting your desired outcome, which means you're in this vibration of creation. Like you're focusing on what you want to see happen and not focusing on what you don't. And so it seems like you are having these people coming in and like almost like naysaying, and like you're over here being like, this has total potential to happen. And then you have people being like, that's never going to happen. And it's like, it almost like is just like bringing you down. I can feel this like frustration in the collective energy right now. And so if you're feeling that way, go ahead and give this video a like. And at any time in this video, if you find resonance within it, go ahead and give it a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so. It really helps me grow and get these messages out to other people and help them on their evolutionary journey, okay? So the part in the song that's like just replaying in my head over and over is, when the dogs bite, when the bees sting, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. I'm no singer, you guys, but I have been really loving singing, and it like gives me full body chills when I do. And that part just over and over, it's like, when the dogs bite, when the bees are stinging, when all this negativity is around you, the simplest thing you can do is remember your favorite things. Remember the things that bring you joy. Remember, hold the vision for yourself. Even though all of these things are happening around you, you hold the power to simply bring it back to yourself and focus on what lights you up, what brings you peace, what brings you joy. Remember your favorite things in this time. That's the vibration we need to stay in. There's going to be negativity all around us, but we are the creator of our own reality. So we can put up healthy boundaries. We can say, I'm going to love you, but if you're not willing to meet me at my vibration, I'm not going to lower mine to meet you. Okay, that's the kind of energy that we're in right now, is you need to hold your frequency and make people rise up to meet you. Do not lower your frequency for anybody at this time, okay? So important. All right, I was called to a few decks today, no tarot today. We're all just gonna focus on some oracle and get some really like profound, heartfelt messages that need to come through today. So let's get into it. Let's see what Spirit needs us to know the most. We'll start with some crystal energy cards to set the tone. What does this collective need to hear most, Spirit, right here, right now, whenever they are coming across this video? Empowerment. Yes, this is spot on. Own your empowerment. You have the capability to empower not only yourself, but everybody around you by focusing on what sparks your joy, what lights you up, stepping into your full authenticity despite what other people might think of it. There might be people in your life that have known a version of you for so long that this new version of you that is blooming and blossoming before their eyes, they're not really sure what to do with it. And so they almost are putting up like this fight. Like, this isn't the person I know you are, but you don't have to stay the same. Evolution happens, change happens. We aren't supposed to stay the same our whole life. Our traditions, our beliefs, all of it can change. And so this is a card of empowerment. Stand up for what you believe in this time. Don't succumb to the negativity around you. Hold your ground. Put up the boundaries if you need to, because we're going to hit some turbulent time here in the upcoming months and next year. So it's going to be really important to hold on to what you truly believe in and the vision that you hold for the future, okay? As Delulu as people might think that you are, that's my personal new phrase for the next year. Delulu until it's Trululu, okay? I am going to sit in this frequency of delusion. Like, I am going to focus on such a beautiful earth, everybody in unity, everybody helping each other thrive and grow, like true love and unity, okay? Not this fake stuff that's circling around, like true, like loving from an unconditional place where it does not matter what anybody looks like on the outside. It's what their vibration is putting off, okay? We have too much judgment in this world, too much greed. Yes, expanded awareness. This collective is stepping into an awareness that is so new to them. And it can be really scary. It can be really like, it can be really hard when your awareness starts expanding to the point where the people around you aren't there. You see a certain way and they can't yet. Don't let that fool you. Don't let that scare you. Your timing to become aware of these certain things is right on schedule, okay? Don't doubt yourself for a minute. If you have people in your life who are making you feel like the way what you see isn't true, then you need to just say, okay, for right now, until you can catch up to what I am seeing, which you will, everybody does, everybody has their destined day to wake up, just stay in your own lane. Let them believe whatever they want to believe. Don't let it change your belief system. Don't let it bring you back down. Don't let it make you think, oh, maybe they are right. No. Trust in yourself. Have faith in yourself. You were being guided to exactly what you were supposed to be learning and engaging with and all that thing. Everything is in divine timing. Everything is spiritual. Everything is like in this grand design. You know, we all are a piece of thread in the tapestry of life, if you will. That's kind of like the vision I'm getting, is this like big, beautiful, intricate rug, and each of us is a piece of thread in that whole. And you cannot have this beautiful, big rug, this masterpiece, if you will, without one of those strings. And so it's really important for you to know in this time that the whole picture is not complete without you. And you will get there. And I just want you to be encouraged and empowered to stay strong in your belief system, even if it's radically changed. This is a time, my cat is about to jump and move the camera. What are you doing? Come on, lay down, get comfy. Oh, kitty energy, Lyran energy, dragon energy. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, we are in a time of radical change. So really buckle up, because it's going to test our faith. It's going to test a lot of things around us. But you are strong. You are brave. You are capable. You are worthy, and you are enough. You are worthy of your biggest dreams. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let people tell you that you're delusional, like really delusional, because you're not. We have imaginations, we have dreams for a purpose. You wouldn't be wanting and desiring the things that you do unless it was a part of your divine plan to have them. But they're not coming in for you because you're letting your ego, you're letting other people, naysayers in to tell you that it's impossible, that it could never happen, that you're not worthy of it, okay? Be Delulu until it's Trululu, okay? I can't emphasize that enough. All right, let's tap into the angels. What do our angel guides need to come forward and teach us today? Power and intention is coming out. I'm sure this is Spirit really saying, like, you hold the power, and the power comes with intention, or comes through intention, where what you intend is going to manifest. So let me find this one and read this one. Okay. When you align your intentions with the highest good and act with love and consideration, your power is intensified. When you draw this card, your angels are drawing close to remind you of this. You have the capacity to be a leader and guide at this time, and you are being encouraged to align with love and the highest good so that you act from the heart. Often, when power arises within, we can find our ego gets louder, and this is because it wants us to be limited and to question or even stifle our growth. Don't let it hold you back now. Call in your angels and invite them to help you listen closely to the voice of your soul so that you can move forward powerfully and effectively in a loving way. Angels are encouraging you to reconnect with your initial ideas and intentions for whatever you are thinking about at this time, or even for your entire life. Often we have an initial intention, and then over time, our ideas change. The universe is still responding to our initial intentions, though, because we have let them go, and when we let go, we let God. So if you are confused about how to move forward at this time, you need to recognize that you are a powerful being with influence and potential. Have a clear conversation with God and your angels about your intentions, and recognize that what is unfolding at this time has the power to allow you to live your life from a space of pure potential. Potentiality, I should say. Wow, interesting. This calls for me, it's calling for reflection. We almost need to kind of dial it back and assess, what do we truly want to bring to this world? What do we want to leave, our legacy, our stamp, our mark on the world? What is it that we want to contribute? I feel like this collective is almost I want to say kind of going into this era of humanitarianism. How can I help humans evolve? How can I be of service in a way that's going to light me up, for one, but also help humanity thrive and find love again? And, I know I'm personally at this place where it's I can see the garbage. I can see the system falling. I can see the corruption in the world. I can see how it's not serving us. This trap of a system that leaves us just feeling unfulfilled and depleted and yuck. We don't want to be in that system anymore. And so there's this urge, this desire, this vision that we are getting right now that is I want that. How do we get there? How can I be of service to help us get here? And if that's you, like, drop it in the comments what you are starting to embark on. It can help encourage other people. That's what I want to see, is like people communicating in the comments and brainstorming and gaining these ideas of how we can all work together to, make the collective, the whole, better. I'm getting that vision of the rug again, where it's like, all of our threads need to come together. And when they do, when we all, bring our threads together, each different colors, different textures, but when we all separate, we all look so differently together, or separate, but when we merge them all together and we zoom out, it makes the rug the beautiful rug that it is. I hope that's making sense. So even though we feel like we're on all these different paths and we look different and speak different and all this stuff, it's like, no, we're all the same, and we need to come together to create this beautiful life, this beautiful world that we're all really craving. But so much of us have been told that it's impossible, that it can never happen, that this is just the way that it is. I'm sorry, but I can't settle for that. I really can't settle for that. And if you feel the same way, like, we need to come together and brainstorm how we can make a difference, because the power is in the people. The power is in you and me. It's not these false identities, these false systems. Life is supposed to be so much more than this. And if that's where you're feeling like you're here for a purpose, then I'm happy that you're here. I need you in this world. I truly do. We can't do it alone, you guys. We can't do it alone. All right, I want to Oracle of the Rose. Spirit, what do our hearts need to know moving forward? What do our hearts need to know? The Breathing Rose. Heart healing, emotion, and time eases. I think we got this one not too long ago. Spirit's really saying it's all in divine timing. Over time, things get better. The pains ease away. I think collectively we're all like healing in the heart and feeling our emotions. I know I have a lot of stuff from my past coming up, and it hurts. It does not feel good. I do want to pause right here. I was watching, if you guys don't know who JK Ultra is, look her up on YouTube. She's so good. I'll try to link her. I'll link her YouTube in the description below. But she just did, so if I don't know if you are aware, but in Western astrology, we have moved into what they call the age of Aquarius, or Pluto has moved into Aquarius. And this is all about like new ideas, new inventions, new technology, all this stuff. And honestly, the last time that Pluto went into Aquarius, we had the French and American Revolution. And so we are embarking on some radical change. And she was touching on this. She goes live like every Tuesday, I think. And she was doing her Tuesday live. And she was guiding people through this this exercise that was like chef's kiss. Okay, so Pluto was in Capricorn for 16 or 17 years. So since 2008. And it just transitioned out of Capricorn into the sign of Aquarius. And so what she did was she had us envision a hallway with 17 doors, and the first door was 2008. And so you envision yourself walking down the hallway, finding the door 2008 and opening it and stepping into it. And while she was going through like all the, pop culture, what was like the big movies at that time, what was the big songs at that time, what were the big scandals at that time, but she was also having us reflect on our own personal life, like what major things happened in 2008 that, really stick out in our mind. What was the energy of that time? What were we going through? What were the big life moments in that time? And then when you've reflected, you take a little bit of time to tell that version of you in 2008 what you need to tell them. Thank them for the lessons. Thank them, thank that version of you for enduring whatever you endured and gaining the lesson, and gratitude, right? Thanking that version of you for enduring what you did in that time, if it was, if it might have been a lower time of your life, if you will. And so then you do the gratitude, and then you say goodbye to that year. You shut the door. It's no longer, sitting there with you or whatever, dragging you down, whatever might have happened in that year. And then you walk down the hall and you go to 2009, and then you open the door and yada, yada. So you continue that. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. And it's taken me a couple days. I'm still not finished with it, because 17 years is a long time and a lot of years to reflect on. And so I just started journaling, 2008, 2009, all the way to 2024, and just jotting down like major things that happened to me. Because when you can look at it and zoom out and look at all the big moments and how they affected you, what you learned from them, how you've grown since those early years, like it's been so profound. And I got to a couple years, I have a few years that were my lowest, like, and I stopped. Something within me, and it's making me emotional, my eyes are starting to water. Something within me put up a block in 2009 to 2011 or 2012, but 2009 to 2011. And I just couldn't go forward. And so I stopped. I allowed myself to just not go any farther. But I knew that it triggered me. There was something within those years that I'm still attached to, that I'm still operating from a place of fear. And so the next day, I came back to it, and I was like, okay, I can write these things out. I can relive these years. And so it's just that I just wanted to share that with you, because it's such a healthy exercise to use as a tool to reflect on your growth, the things that you endured. It's sometimes when I was sitting there doing this exercise and I got to those years, I just started like crying to myself, like, holy crap, Stacy, like, how did you live through that? How did you allow yourself to have those things happen to you? Like, you were so not deserving of how you were treated, all the things, right? And when you actually, like, in that moment, I thought I wasn't worthy of things. I wasn't enough. All these things were happening to me because I wasn't good enough. I wasn't enough for this person or whatever. And it's like, no, it had nothing to do with me. And when you can get to that place, when you can really see it and realize what the lesson that you were really trying to learn was in it, it is just profound. And it just broke me down. And I was like, wow, I was still letting these things affect me today. I was operating out of that place still in certain aspects of my life. So anyways, I just thought I would share that with you if you feel called to really like dive into the last 17 years and see the lessons you were really trying to learn, and get that confirmation that you are on the right path. You are doing the things that you need to be doing to break the chains that have been holding you back for so many years. Those things that happen to us are not our identity. Yes, we experienced them. Yes, we gained some knowledge. We learned some lessons, some harder than others. But it was all for a purpose. You wouldn't be the person you are right now listening to this message if it weren't for the shit that you went through over the last however many years, okay? Everything that's happened to you has happened for a divine purpose, for your evolutionary growth. But some people just get stuck in the victim mentality and they can't break the chains away from it. They think that it happened to them and not for them. And that's the mindset that we need to change, is figuring out why these things happen to us and how we use them to move forward for for our highest good and the highest good of all. Any other message need to come through, Spirit? And the Mother Rose. Returning to each other, compassion. Let's go ahead and read this one. I love reading these. They're just so good for my heart. A sacred symbol of the feminine, the rose, has been here much longer than us. In times ancient, garlands of roses were placed around statues of mother goddesses in worship of her. We're all her children. She connects and unites us all. If we trace her roots far enough, maybe we'll find our way back to each other. We're living in a time of great division, learning and unlearning. We're together mending the thread of humanity. That is amazing. That the vision I was giving was like us being a thread. Like, oh my God. Thank you, Spirit. This is a card of returning to union by facing what's been broken, separated, and severed. To realize we are all human, and while harm has been done, what's needed now is for us to acknowledge what's happened and endeavor to find a way to return to each other. To realize that it's possible for two people to have a different experience at the same time, and that both can be true. Both and at the same time. Mother Rose longs for humanity to drop our defenses and reach out to each other with deep, honesty and compassion, to face and untangle the sadness, anger, and hurt from our hearts with the help of her grace. To dig our roots deep until we find common ground. Which relationships are difficult for you now? Who has hurt you? How can you soften and express your truth without being defensive? How can you open yourself up to the possibility that two truths can exist at once? The Rose transmission for this is, Mother Rose, please show us how to find our way back to you, the earth, and each other. Please help me to acknowledge what's difficult for me, and may my heart be filled with compassion for all. I think everybody needs to take a moment to say that. Mother Rose, please show us how to find our way back to you, the earth, and each other. Please help me to acknowledge what's difficult for me, and may my heart be filled with compassion for all. So it's interesting. I know this one's going to be a little bit lengthy of a video, but if you're still here, I'm so thankful for you. There's definitely something in here for you. But what's interesting, how it's saying that, how can you open yourself up to the possibility that two truths can exist at once? And I want to share something with you that's happened recently. So I don't know if you're not a believer in mandala effects, this isn't going to be for you. But if you are a believer in mandala effects and you've experienced weird things where you vividly remember something and you go to look up, like Google it, and it's saying it's never been that way, then this is going to be for you. So the latest one for me that has happened was, I grew up learning and knowing that Thanksgiving is the third Thursday in November. And I remember vividly learning that because the Thanksgiving, TH, is the third, TH, third Thursday, TH. So it's the TH, TH, TH. And that's how I was taught to remember Thanksgiving. And this year, I realized, I feel like it should have been yesterday. I don't know when you're seeing this. I'm recording this on November 22nd. So I really felt like Thanksgiving should have been yesterday. But it was not. It's the fourth Thursday. And I was like, there's no way. It is always, my brain, I'm 38, you guys. I am not having memory problems. I'm 38 years old. Almost 38. So I was on TikTok and two people actually. So I commented this on two different creators' videos, and they were both talking about these mandala effects that they're proving, And so I just commented that I I grew up knowing that that Thanksgiving was always on the third Thursday of November. And I kid you not, between the two comments, the two people's videos, I have well over 2,000 other people saying the exact same thing. That they vividly remember Thanksgiving being on the third Thursday of November. And then there's a slew of people, not quite as many, that are saying, no, it's always been the fourth Thursday, or it's always been the last Thursday. And, you know, there's people that are arguing it. And it's like, it's both. We're all literally, what I'm learning is we're all on slightly different timelines. And sometimes they merge together. And so it's like, if you were to look it up, like I know that I have proof in my photos from like, I think it's like 2018 or 2017, where Thanksgiving was on the third Thursday. I have the picture, dated, stamped, everything. But if you actually go to Google it right now, you can stop this video, go Google it. It'll say it's always been the fourth Thursday. And I'm like, no, it has not. I know this within my heart and soul. And so it's not that I'm right and the people who experienced Thanksgiving being on the fourth Thursday is wrong. It's both and at the same time. We were living on slightly different timelines parallel to each other, and then they merged. So there's parts of the collective that experienced one thing and a different part of the collective that experienced a different thing, but there's no right or wrong. We both experience different things, and now it's a mandala effect because now like Google, the end all be all, if Google says it must be right, but to say that it's never been the third Thursday is such a false statement, because there are humans that know they experienced it. Like some of these comments, you guys, are just so fascinating because some people like took this week off specifically for Thanksgiving and then went like bought all their food and everything and then looked at the calendar and it wasn't this Thursday. So there can't be such a deep-rooted knowing and that within somebody if they didn't truly experience it, So anyways, it really is like on point and shows that we're all in alignment, because we need to become open to these possibilities that two things can be true at the same time. And instead of fighting the division, I'm right, you're wrong, kind of a vibe, we need to be like, oh, you experienced that, cool. It's not what I experienced, but it doesn't mean that what you experienced isn't true and isn't real. Okay. So on point. That is so good. This is already lengthy, I know, but I just want to see if there's any last message that needs to come through from the universe just to help us and guide us through these crazy times that we're up against. All these hidden truths coming to surface, people not knowing what to do with the information. It's going to be a wild ride, and I want to encourage you guys, or I want to let you guys know that this is always a safe place. I am in the awareness that two things can be true at the same time. I have my beliefs, but I don't ever force my beliefs anymore. I've grown out of that stage of, feeling like I have to shove my views down someone's throat. Do I still share my views? Absolutely. It's my truth, and I will hold on to it. My truth is ever changing. But yeah, I want this to be a safe place for us. I don't want the division here. I don't want anybody to say you're wrong or I'm right, that kind of thing. Let's see. Give yourself some credit for doing a good job at this whole living thing. Yes. I think this is such a sweet hug from Spirit, our angel team, the universe, saying like, this stuff, this human evolutionary journey is so hard, and it is not for the faint of hearts. And this is just like a confirmation, like, you're doing a good job. I know it might not feel like you're doing a good job all the time, but you truly are. You're executing this with grace. And as long as we can stay compassionate towards each other and understand and non-judgmental. You know, all those low vibrational energies aren't serving us, and they're not going with us to this next phase of humanity whenever it comes in. I think between the next 3 to 5 years, it'll be ushered in completely. I'd say by 2027, this is just my predictions based on some of the things I've been given as information and have gathered my own research. I think by 2027, we're going to see a definite split. We are going to be moving way more into a timeline, you know, the 5D, New Earth, whatever kind of label you want to label this evolution. But we're gonna be living in more of the high vibrational energies more often. Now, I do still think there's gonna be a little bit of the negative still by that time. Definitely by 2030, I'm guaranteed we're gonna be fully transitioned into the new. However, that might end up unfolding. There's so many different theories. So just follow, you know, theories that resonate with you. Don't take everything as truth until you feel it within your body that it's a truth for you. And just because something becomes a truth for you doesn't mean that it can't change, okay? All right, last one. You could use some self-care time, like now. Schedule it in. So I'm speaking to people who don't make a lot of time for themselves. You have been in a place for so long that you give, and this is a time where you need to be receiving. You need to open your heart to receive, okay? You've gone through a lot of hardships in your life. You've given a lot of yourself to a lot of people who did not deserve your energy. And this is a time now to, I don't really like to say the word selfish, but it kind of seems fitting here. Be selfish. Even if you have kids, even if you're married or have a spouse, or, you know, just, it's okay. Your kids are going to be okay if they don't have 100% of your attention all the time. This is a time where we need to start filling our cups up first, no matter what the situation is, filling our cups up first so that we can pour, okay? We cannot pour from empty cups. I know it's such a cliche little like thing, but it's so true. Like, we cannot. If we don't love ourselves first, we have no true love to give out, okay? So focus on yourself. Focus on loving yourself unconditionally. All the parts of you, okay? There is no room right now for hating ourselves, whether it be parts of your body, parts of your life, whatever it might be for you, okay? This is a season of love, unconditional love, grace, and compassion, okay? Whenever you're feeling stuck, just return to the self, return to grace, return to compassion, return to unconditional love. True unconditional love. Like the word says it itself, no conditions, okay? It doesn't matter if there's somebody who's in rags and dirty and, you know, there's no place for judgment. You don't know their life. You don't know what they've been through. Just love them. Okay? Just love people right now, no matter what, so we can get through this craziness. Love is the way. So, yeah, love always wins all the time. You just have to be willing to see it. Okay? Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope there was something in this message that truly resonated with you, sparked something within you. Remember, we're stronger together. We cannot do this alone. It's time to link arms with each other who are going through similar things, okay? It's hard to do this work alone. It's hard to do it alone. So let's link arms, okay? All right. I love you guys. Have a fabulous day whenever you're seeing this, and I'll catch you on the next one.